after procrastinating for about a week and a half. I'm going back to the gym. I literally have not been back to the gym at Planet Fitness since July. I've managed to lose body fat just with the workouts that I've had and walking during the week, but I'm gonna just get my body moving today so I can get back on the path.
We're getting ready for the new year, so now it's time to do a complete reset of our homes. So we're going to do some deep cleaning. Right now I am working on my nasty dirty blinds that have been my arch nemesis for most of the year that I've been avoiding them, but I just could not find a way to get them clean. But I'm going to show you a way for you to get your blinds clean in half the time and start the new year on a bright, happy, and clean note. Okay, so what you're gonna need is a bucket or a bowl or whatever. You're going to get water in a kettle and you're gonna boil it. And then you're gonna put in like 6 drops or a splash of Dawn Power Wash in. You'll get yourself 1 microfiber cloth and you'll wrap it around a little tong. And then you're going to put a rubber band or hair ties, and then you're going to go in between your blinds. You're going to squeeze out the excess and then go in between your blinds. Okay, so here's one of my blinds, and all you have to do is just put the tongs in between each one, rub it back and forth, and just make sure it's piping hot, and then you're done, and it comes out super clean. All you need to do when you're done is just get a microfiber cloth, dry them off, or you can let them air dry. And then a bonus tip is to grab a dryer sheet, and then I'm going to go over each one so it will keep the dust away. My light fixture, so this is the cover that goes up on my light, and it actually wasn't too bad. It's been a couple months since I've cleaned it, and I literally only had to just use Dawn soap, give it a quick scrub, and then I'll dry it off and put it back in.
Hey, happy New Year's Eve. So I just thought I'd do like a quick recap of my year. Yes, I'm looking a little harsh because I just got done with my cold plunge class and I don't wear makeup till class. So anyway, New Year's Eve, and I honestly normally like New Year's, I'm like very much like, let's get to the new year, okay? Like let's just move on with our lives. Well, 2023 was actually really good to me. I actually had so much fun in 2023, and I had some really great things that happened during 2023. So I just thought I would just recap a couple of things and just talk about some of my highlights from the year. Okay, number 1 would be making my health a high priority on my list, and being super consistent with my fitness was huge for me this year. I dropped a lot of body fat, didn't drop like a whole ton of weight this year, but the difference was actually my body fat was going away. I think it had to do with a switch with our trainer, also just being consistent with going to my classes and just saying no matter what, I'm going to be working out Monday through Friday. I also was working out on Saturdays and Sundays, but I'm actually drawing back from that because what I'm noticing now that I'm at like 40 is that my body needs that downtime for those 2 days, and I'm still managing to lose body fat. Reeling in my nutrition has been a big deal, especially in July, dropping sugar. Another thing that I did in mid-year was I started doing cold plunging and breathwork class. Total game changer for my health and wellness, helping to get my inflammation down. My inflammation was extremely high in my body, and so that was something that I made a change. And I was like, I'm going to try this cold plunging and see if this thing's legit. And I learned that it was legit. Also, I added infrared sauna this year, and it makes me feel so much better. And I'm telling you, I feel like that's like another secret weapon in helping me to really get my body fat back into a normal level, is adding all of those things together, including with my exercise. It just helps overall. And also I have much less muscle soreness since I've started that. I used to be super sore after every workout. And now, yeah, I have soreness, but it's not as bad because I'm, sitting in cold water for like 11 minutes, and that really seems to help. Other cool things I got to do this year was I got to travel, and like top of my list this year was going to Europe. That was not on my radar at all for this year. And it honestly was like the best experience, best 2 weeks of my life to date. I just got to be free and meet different people. So great to get out of the country, see things from another perspective, to get outside of our little bubble here in the US and meet people from all over the world. It was just so refreshing, just seeing the beautiful historic buildings that have been there for like centuries. It was just amazing. And I really learned a lot on the trip. I learned a lot about myself, and I definitely want to keep traveling because it was super fun. And I just found that I really love Europe, and I hope to go back very soon, hopefully in 2024, that I can do another big trip to Europe. My next top one was just spending a lot of time on personal growth this year. A really big thing that I finally did for myself was go to Breakthrough to Success, which was a weekend with Jack Canfield for 3 days. And it was just a really intensive full 3 days of just personal growth and development, and it was huge. I also was in a couple different groups this year, accountability groups, and I feel like that has really helped me a lot with just moving forward on some of my goals. I just really would encourage anyone to just getting around people who are part of like your same kind of vibe really helps for you to keep moving forward. And also people who are like a little bit like further along and more successful than you're currently out really helps to just continue to push you. Investing in myself, even though it was a lot of money to be able to stay at hotels and go to the full 3-day retreat, was costly, but I felt like it was a really good investment in myself. Now I have different connections that I didn't have before, and I got to meet people again from all over the world who are really doing big things in life to make the world a better place. So personal development, huge for me in 2020. And then next up would be an extension to my traveling, was my solo trip to Yosemite, which I have been dying to go to Yosemite forever, and just to go to like national parks. But doing a solo trip was not on the radar. Actually, Yellowstone was, but then I knew like financially I wasn't going to be able to do it this year with the trip to Europe. So Yosemite was kind of like, well, that's closer, that's more in my budget, and really taking those like 4 to 5 days to just like do something for myself, go off on a little adventure, be out in nature, away from technology. I literally had the best time by myself. I look back at that trip and I'm like, I just enjoyed being with myself, meeting people, being outside in nature. People would have better mental health if they were go outside and spend more time hiking and just seeing wildlife. It just would make your life a whole lot better. Extension to my personal development was also really focusing on finances this year, and I made another investment for myself, which is getting a financial coach. I feel like I needed that as a single person, having someone to bounce things off of and to be able to look at my budget and saying like, what can you cut out? Because I look at my budget and I'm like, well, I'm pretty lean as it is, but there are things that I can cut out. Looking at the overall plan financially for my life and getting my mind on that mindset now that I'm 40. Key things that I did was letting go of friendships and relationships that really weren't serving me. And I realized that a lot of us can be of service, and I actually had a really good conversation with my trainer about how you try so hard to be a good friend to everyone else and show up for people, but when push comes to shove and that you need help, like those same people won't be there for you, or they're not checking up on you and seeing how you're doing. And I just woke up one morning and I just said, you know what? I really have had it that a lot of people, at least personally in my situations, I have friends that they say that you're friends, but they don't include you on some of the things in their life that are like big moments. And so I started to strip myself away from friendships and relationships where I didn't feel that I was getting the same friendship vibes that I was putting out, the same energy that was coming towards me. So one of the lessons of 2024 was I put a lot of energy towards myself and what I feel like I needed to do. I feel like I wasted a lot of time putting energy towards other people, and I wasn't getting that same energy and investment back. And that's why I feel like it was a really good year for like momentum wise. Starting a new business in 2024 and getting the ideas done, I wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for dedicating more time to myself and spending more time focused on my health and eating well and not going out with my friends and not drinking and spending a ton of money on going out with friends who don't do things with you unless you call them and don't check in on you unless you check in on them. Well, that's one of the things that I learned was like, I'm not going to put energy towards anything or invest any more time into things that are not that same energy and vibe back to me. Another great thing about 2023 was, okay, I got into TikTok this year, and not so much posting on TikTok, but I got really hooked on the whole cleaning aspect of TikTok, learning a whole lot of things about just keeping your house in order and keeping your house clean that I didn't know. Just with TikTok, I learned so many cool tricks. Know that you could wash your walls with your mop. Like that was a whole thing. For me, it helps me with my anxiety, walking into my home and knowing that it's clean. So for 2024, my whole plan is that I'm going to be uber organized. Learning those tips and tricks on TikTok really have elevated my game and organization at home. 2023, I also got to see some really great concerts this year. And they were like surprise things that I didn't think were going to be happening. 2023, I did see Michael Bolton. I think it was like March. I never thought I'd ever see him. And that was like amazing. And Mariah Carey, didn't think that was coming this year, was seeing her live and sitting at the third row, which was like so epic. I'm so proud of myself. And it was a lot of money that I spent on those tickets, way too much money, but the experience was priceless. I got to go to the symphony. I saw 98 Degrees this year. Dave Koz concert at Christmas was epic. I could have seen Usher in Vegas. That would have been pretty awesome, but I didn't. I would say in 2024, I definitely am keeping my eyes out to see if Bon Jovi goes on tour, because that is the tour I want to go to. And then I hear Billy Joel and Sting are going to be in concert this year, and I'm looking at those tickets as well. Not so much a Billy Joel fan, like he's got a couple of jams, but I love Sting, and I would love to go see Sting like at least once in my life. Lastly, with turning 40 this year, things got real. And I would say 2023 was just kind of the real strong wake-up call that life is passing me by and I need to get my stuff together. And so that was not only financially, that was also just me mentally. And I started therapy again this year, found a great chiropractor, some of like my ultimate dreams, which is like having a family. And so I had to really think, okay, I have to put myself back out there and at least start the process of trying to date. I didn't have any dates this year because I just I just haven't had any luck. And I am dedicating a lot of time of really being specific, and I am like laser point focused on the type of person I'm looking for, who's looking for the same thing like me, who's looking to get married and starting a family and to work together as a team and move as a unit. At the end of the year, I got back into the whole dating scene, and it's been very uncomfortable. I hate it, but it's something I have to do to be able to get to the ultimate goal, which is to have my own little family. So was a wake-up call, and also just realizing like once you hit 40, that possibility of having a family starts to change. And so it just got real, and I had a lot of like emotional moments about that, and just kind of coming to terms, like life isn't the way that I would have dreamed it to be. It's not where I want it to be. And so I really had like a reckoning with myself that I really have to figure it out, and I have to figure it out really quickly, and I have to take action. I think that was like the main phrase of this year, is I have to take action. And going into 2024, that is my intention of the year, is action. I'm going to do everything opposite of how I feel. So if I feel like I can't do it, I'm going to do it.
So we're about 30 minutes away from the new year, and I have a few things that I'm doing for myself. I'm staying home per usual this year. It just gets too crazy out there on the streets, and Martinelli's apple cider this year, because I'm really trying to stick to the like no drinking vibe. And I would say most of 2023 I have not had alcohol, so I want to keep going on that like healthy vibe. I had my super greens today, salmon for dinner, broccoli, and then I had loaded mashed potatoes because that was like my naughty thing to eat. And I have been having candy recently, so I'm gonna let myself have like a little candy treat. And then I'm also doing one more thing that's like new. I kept seeing this trend on TikTok, which is 12 grapes, and evidently it's supposed to be a Italian tradition for single women who are hoping for their spouse in the new year to meet them and all that great stuff. So I'm gonna try it this year. So what you have to do is you have to get 12 grapes, strike a midnight. You have to eat all of your 12 grapes within the first minute of the new year. And then you also have to be under a table, okay? So I only have like a small coffee table. I don't have like a table at my place. So I'm gonna crawl under there at midnight and do the 12 grapes, and we'll see what happens. Underneath this, okay, so I'm trying to fit myself underneath this cabinet, at least get my head in it, or like my table. So we'll see how this is. We have 1 minute before the new year. Okay, so I got it done. I had 12 grapes in 1 minute, and each grape I had a different wish for it. So we'll see what happens and what happens in 2024. And Happy New Year, everyone. Okay, Happy New Year, everyone. Okay, so I must admit that it is not morning. It's actually 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I woke up at 9. I went to sleep at like 3 a.m. and I woke up at like 9:30, but I was cold, so I went back to sleep. And I'm like, okay, I'll let myself sleep until maybe like noon. I didn't wake up till 2 o'clock. Okay, so I missed half of January 1st. But anyways, so I think well, number one, I got up. I gave myself a little chocolate treat as a reward and green juice. And my hope is I can take a quick little rinse in the shower and hit the gym for an hour before it gets too crazy. I know, January 1st, everybody and their mom is like, starting the new year strong, I'm gonna go hit the gym, blah, blah, blah. And then maybe like a month from now they give up. So I'm just gonna go get like a little workout in just to be positive. And then I have been struggling with this one area of my room. I need like a place where I can put like my bag and my backpack, and like my bags are usually pretty heavy, so I just want it out of sight. I don't want to look at it anymore. So I'm been looking online to see if there's like anything I can buy that's like cheap I can put my stuff in and hide it, but I'm not sure. But anyways, Happy New Year. And I think I'm gonna do the 31 days in January content again because that was really good for me last year. So yeah, let's get started. Finally, I've gotten myself together to head to the gym. It is 4:30. So it's not supposed to be crowded according to like the crowd meter that they have. So I think today I'm just gonna do arms and just keep it simple, arms and cardio, and just try to get myself back into the rhythm. So when I go back to our workouts
like completely dead and dying, but I just think this is like the perfect way to start the new year and get back into my health moment. Even though I'm having a mad craving for black eyed peas today and greens, and I looked at the grocery store online to see if they had like canned black eyed peas, because if I was going to do black eyed peas today, like from scratch, I needed to start that last night. But because I didn't, I was like, okay, maybe I can do canned, and the store is like completely sold out. So I even looked at Target and they didn't have any. So anywho, so I might be getting some from like a soul food restaurant that's actually not too far from my house, which I'm surprised that there would be one so close to me. So I might be having that for dinner tonight. Black eyed peas and collard greens, and that just sounds bomb. And then once I'm done with my workout, number one, I'm gonna drink a ton of water. I'm up 4 pounds from not working out and eating like crazy. So this is like the final day. And then I'm gonna work on editing video. And I think I mentioned on my last video, I think I'm gonna do 31 days in January of content, and just kind of walk with me through like the first 31 days of 2024 and what I'm doing, and to kind of get my life together. So I think my main one is finances, organization, health and wellness, and getting my business up and running and getting all of that coordinated. January 1st, so open for business. I'm going to be doing coaching for women, to give women permission to put themselves first and to focus on their goals and accomplishing their dreams. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. So if you're interested, just leave me a DM and I will get back to you. And so I will be doing one-on-one coaching as well as workshops for women, as well as teens. That's really close to my heart, with encouraging young women, the youth, to really just get organized and get control of their lives. And in particular, so like people who are single like me, so that, you know, a lot of us, we don't have that network of friends anymore, especially as you get older, because everyone has their own lives. So you really need that like support and accountability from women that are going through similar situations like you are. So that's really what I felt like I needed to create, is just that community for myself. But also I saw a need for like moms and single moms and just career women who just don't have that support right now, and to just have that accountability. And so another big goal is really just following the Ramsey plan and getting on it. Last year I started super strong, did really well, and then it's just something about March, I just got off the train. So this year I really need to stay on budget. I kind of been like, I can go off budget here, miscellaneous. Now I've broken down my budget to my main places I love to go, which is Target. Love Target. CVS. I just love going in there and grabbing like a little something. When I get done with this, I'm going to go to Target, because I ordered like a little cheap little shelf, because I've been having organizational problems with like my bags and stuff for work. So I'm gonna put that together, because it's just been bothering me. I've been dreaming about that spot of like what I can do to fix it. And so I'm gonna address that today. Hopefully it works. And then yeah, work on video. And I also am gonna put up my new bulletin board. So that was another thing. I just felt like I needed something on my bare walls. And so I'm gonna have all of my like cleaning checklists for my house, so I keep myself organized, as well as like my financial and fitness goals will be up there too, as well as career goals. Anyways, look forward to seeing you in the gym. We're here day one, back into the gym. Okay, and we're back. We're at the end of my workout right now, but I only did arms today because honestly, I mean, I just did like my legs the other day and I just wasn't vibing with it. So I just thought that was a good way to break in for the year, just do arms. My shoulders are feeling a little bit tight, so I decided not to overtrain my shoulders today. Yeah, that's it. And it's not super crowded today, which I'm super happy about. And yeah, so I feel pretty good. Drinking some water. And I have like some acid reflux going on. I think it's because I was eating too much chocolate yesterday. So, anyhow, that's what's going on. Okay, so my New Year's dinner is gonna be some soul food because I was in a mood. So I got some cornbread, some fried catfish, got some collard greens here, black-eyed peas, which look delicious, and then they have peach cobbler. Ooh, just what I wanted. Dangerous. There's like a soul food restaurant literally a mile and a half away from here, and it's just what I wanted. This might be my New Year's tradition, having soul food. Okay, so I completely downed that fish. Fried fish was good. So their greens are really good. They're smoky, which I was surprised that they were smoky. It was a pleasant surprise. And then their black-eyed peas are good. I would just say that they need to they could probably have used like another 30 minutes to like cook. Because some are a little bit more chewy than, or it's like my mom's she makes really good black-eyed peas. And these are, I don't remember hers being like chewy. So anyways, but their greens are really good. Yeah, so this is Felix Barbecue and Soul, I think it's the name of their restaurant. So yeah, good soul food. Dangerous knowing that they're so close. And then they have some peach cobbler that sounded so good. So I'm just hoping that it's as good as it was, because I spent some good money on this. But so far, greens are pretty good. And their cornbread's good too. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. 2024, we have some great things that will be happening, not only self-care tips, but I have been challenged by my best friend to record more about my feelings about dating, and I've really been putting that off. It's been suggested many times, and some of my videos on my YouTube pages that have more engagement happen to be about the ones where I'm just going off about the whole dating scene. So maybe I might have like a little bit of a moment about that. So yeah, make sure to like and subscribe, because you're going to be hearing a whole lot of honest stuff and just transparent stuff that's going on. And I can't wait for 2024, and I look forward to seeing you there too. I wish you a happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. Bye.